Hey guys, it's Hi-Fi Trainer, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you about ratios and rates. So let's go into the video. So what are ratios? A ratio is a comparison or relationship of two numbers by division. Now let's know what is the difference between a fraction and a ratio. So a fraction is a simple number, and a ratio represents two different numbers. But if you take it as real life example, 1/2, so 1/2 of pizza is a half of a pizza. So these two numbers represents one whole thing, but in a ratio, the top number represents the pizza, and the bottom number represents the people who share it. So we can write ratios in various ways. Let's see a few of them. So 1 and a colon, 2, 1, 2, so the word 2 and the number 2. 1 is 2, the word 2 and the number 2. And then the fraction way, 1/2. So these are the various methods you can write a ratio as. And if you look at the colon here, you can, if you want to say it, you don't need to always say colon. You could say it as is to. So 1:2, 1:2, 1:2, or 1/2. So now, if we look at the ratio here, again, you can see that you can also write it as 1 pizza per 2 people. So this represents 1 pizza per 2 people, but the fraction represents a half of a pizza. So if the meaning of by division is that if you want to share 1 pizza between 2 people, you need to divide 1 by 2. So if you divide, you get a half, or in decimals, 0.5. And as I told you, a half is a fraction, and I wrote 1/2 so that you don't get confused between the two numbers, thinking it's a fraction too. So 0.5 is a half, so one person gets a half of a pizza. Now, let's see some examples about how to find ratios. So the first question goes like this. How many squares to circles are there? So here we have to count how many circles and squares there are. So let's start off with circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are 4 circles, and now let's count the squares. 1, 2, and 3. So there are 3 squares and 4 circles. So the ratio they're asking is 4. So first they're asking the squares. So we have to write the squares first. So 3, and I prefer using a colon. So 3:2. And then they are asking for the circles. So the 4 circles, so the ratio of squares to circles is 3:4. Now, let's look at our second example. So how many blacks to reds are there? So now we need to count how many blacks are there and how many reds are there. So there are 2 blacks and 1, 2, 3, and 4 reds. So they're asking, the first they're asking is black. So 2 is 2. Then they're asking for red, so 2 is to 4. This can be simplified so if you simplify this by 2, you get 1 is to 2. So the ratio of blacks to reds is 1 is to 2. Now let's move on to rates. So rates and ratios are similar but not the same. The only difference is that rates represent a certain amount of time. For example, 10 miles per hour can be written as 10 miles over 1 hour. So let's see some more examples. So 5 kilometers per 10 minutes, or 60 cookies per 6 minutes. It can be anything like that, but the only thing is the denominator should be a unit of time. If you notice, I put hour, minutes because I told you that it should be a certain amount of time. So if you remember ratios, you could remember rates easily. Now let's see some examples for rates. I have a question here and we'll read it together. Which bike is traveling faster? A bike going 200 kilometers per 5 hours, or B, a bike going 300 kilometers per 6 hours. So if we want to solve a problem like this, we need to make the denominators equal. So 200 over 5 equals 40 kilometers per 1 hour. And then you have to make that equal to, so 300 kilometers per 6 hours would become 50 kilometers per 1 hour. So now we can find out which bike is going faster easily because we have same denominators, and now we know that B is going faster. So our answer here is bike B. Now let's see another example. So the question goes like this. Which car is going faster? A car traveling at 480 kilometers per 8 hours, or B, a car traveling at 90 kilometers per 3 hours, or C, a car traveling at 80 kilometers per 8 hours. So as we know, we need to convert all of these denominators into a same denominator. So 480 over 8 equals 60 over 1. So 60 kilometers per 1 hour. And then 90 over 3 equals 30 over 1. So 30 kilometers per 1 hour. And then 80 over 8 equals 10 over 1. So 10 kilometers per 1 hour. So if we compare all of these, we are able to understand that A is the fastest. So the answer is A. Thanks for watching my video, and please subscribe if you like my video and turn on the notifications bell to get notified whenever I upload another video.